Sebas joins us live tonight. John?
The county manager tells us that mail came from a sovereign citizens group. They're known as the Moorish National Federal Republic Government. At home, that may not be a name you're too familiar with, but as far as the sheriff here in Sedgwick County is concerned, he does know who they are. An active scene outside the Sedgwick County Courthouse Monday.
This is more than just a threatening letter. This is a threatening letter that contained a substance that caused people to fear for their lives.
The Sedgwick County Sheriff says a finance employee on the 8th floor of the courthouse opened a piece of mail Monday afternoon. Inside was a white powder found to be a chemical used in hair dye. It was addressed to many, including Sheriff Jeff Easter.
I've had these folks reaching out to me 20 plus years.
He says he is familiar with the group who may be responsible.
It's a Moorish group that doesn't recognize the Constitution of the United States or the state of Kansas or any of our laws.
What he says they did Monday crossed the line. The worker who opened the mail had to go to the hospital because of breathing issues. The hazmat crew even evacuating one of the courthouse's floors.
They notified, at least the commissioners that are here, notified us within a matter of seconds. And so I closed my door. I just worked for a few minutes, and now I'm down.
The sheriff now looking to hold the culprit accountable.
If we can determine the elements of it being a terroristic act, that it caused fear and those type of things, we've had to shut down services, that's a federal crime.
We also reached out to the FBI. A spokesperson did tell us this is an active investigation. They're aware of what happened here, but can't comment any further on this case. It's also important for you to know, the county manager wants you to know, if you're receiving certified mail, to not open it if you know the name of that group. We have that name, and we've put that on our website at ksn.com. Live from the Sedgwick County Courthouse, John Sebas, KSN News 3.
John, thank you. Just before 6, the sheriff's office and hazmat crew were called to the 1100 block of North Fairview. A sergeant says the USPS asked to have one of their mail trucks inspected. He says the postal worker who drove the vehicle had no symptoms of exposure and nothing was found in the truck.
Hi everyone, Virgo here. So I have a subscriber that was kind enough to send me this information from about 6 days ago. This is pretty serious, you guys, and I think everyone should be aware of it. This is an article out of Kansas from KSN station, and this is going to kind of go over what you heard in the news broadcast on the Moorish National Republic federal government and what they are being accused of. Now, some of this is very difficult to pronunciate for me. For example, the chemical substance and what that is. So please, ahead of time, forgive me for that. You guys know I'm mispronunciation girl. I will have a link in the description for you to actually take a look at the compounds of what that specific ingredient is. All right, here we go. Wichita, Kansas, KSNW. The Sedgwick County Sheriff's Office says a Division of Finance worker who was exposed to a powdery substance in the mail Monday has been released from the hospital and is recovering at home. 3 other employees still have minor symptoms but are continuing to work. Authorities responded to the Sedgwick County Courthouse Monday afternoon after a powdery white substance that was later determined to be diaminotoluene, I believe, was found on an envelope while mail was being processed. The letter was addressed from, now this is a lot, you guys, Moorish National Republic Federal Government. Yes, you are seeing it properly right here. Moorish National Republic Federal Government, with a bunch of other garbage at the end. All right. This is more than just a threatening letter. This is a threatening letter that contained a substance that caused people to fear for their lives, said Sedgwick County Sheriff Jeff Easter. The letter was addressed to many, including Easter himself. I have had these folks reaching out to me for 20 plus years, he said. Easter says he's very familiar with the group. It is a Moorish group that does not recognize our Constitution, the United States, or Kansas, and recognize any of the laws, Easter said. He said what they did on Monday crossed the line. It caused areas of the courthouse to have to be evacuated. They immediately locked down the building and called the hazmat folks out, said the commissioner, Jim Howell. They know what the chemical is. It is not something like anthrax, but it is still a very, very serious chemical. They don't want it to get in any of the ventilation systems and harm someone that's actually in the building. The sheriff is now hoping to hold the culprit accountable. Sedgwick County Manager Tom Stoltz released the following statement Monday afternoon. As mentioned, this letter was sent certified. Inside was a 3-page document, which was coated with the unknown white powder. The powder was later determined to be that diamantoluene, which is relatively dangerous and sometimes used in certain hair dyes. 2 employees in finance were exposed and experienced mild symptoms. They're doing okay at this time. Right after exposure, we called in the hazmat team and shut ventilation down on the 8th floor. The sheriff's office will make a criminal case regarding this matter. Please be wary of any certified mail coming into your work area and do not open anything from the above address. The sheriff's office, treasury office, and register of deeds office were also mentioned in the letter. The FBI is involved with the investigation. A spokesperson released this statement to KSN. We are aware of the incident and have been in contact with the Sedgwick County Sheriff's Office, but as this is an ongoing matter, I would not be able to provide additional details at this time. Early Monday evening, fire crews and EMS were on the scene of another hazmat situation on the 1100 block of North Fairview, which is near Waco and 10th Street. Investigators are speaking with a postal worker at that location. The Sedgwick County Sheriff's Office is investigating the incident and says it is related to the incident at the courthouse. The investigation is ongoing. Basically, this is a follow-up of an ongoing investigation in reference to a letter that was received at the Sedgwick County Courthouse this afternoon, said Sergeant Matthew Lynch with the Sedgwick County Sheriff's Office. We're just up here after the U.S. Postal Service requested us and the fire hazmat to come up and take a look at one of their trucks. Lynch said the postal worker doesn't have any symptoms of anything at this time, and as of right now, they are looking at it as a single event. All right, so you guys witnessed the news footage that I put up here first. As I said, this occurred about 6 days ago. I was out at the time with the medical scenario I've been dealing with, and a subscriber was kind enough to forward this to me. Why is this important when this occurred in Kansas? It's important because, as you see, many of the factions of the Moors are now starting to reach out in much more scary ways. If you are someone who works in law enforcement or for the courts or any federal or state position of authority that has dealings with the Moors that are not the Temple Moors, but the Moors that we talk about here on the Virgo Triad channel online that are scammers and they talk about owning the land, so on and so forth, I urge you to please put a policy up where if you receive any kind of mail from these individuals, no matter what it might be, to be very cautious about how you handle that mail. Make some sort of special provision to ensure that those people have masks and gloves on before opening this mail up. Now we are seeing, things that are much more scary than just the bogus court filings, so on and so forth. So please forward this on to anybody you might know in those positions. Also, anyone who has anything to do with state, local, or federal government positions, including Child Protective Services, including anyone that works DMV, I mean, you name it. These people get very upset about small things you would not anticipate. So please, make sure that you forward this on to anybody that you know. I know that there are lots of police officers, judges, and lawyers that are subscribed to this channel. So it's very important that you pay close attention to this for your, for not just yourself, but also for your colleagues and those that work together with you to uphold the law. All right, everyone. I hope that you have a great day. I will promise you that I will follow this story. If there's anything else that we can locate on this, I will certainly post it right away, more as a public service announcement than anything else. Everyone take care, have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.